Good morning and welcome to the AI Factor on this Monday, February 26th. I'm Noah Wave, your host, ready to navigate you through the day's pressing stories. Today's briefing includes an analysis of the political landscape following Trump's strategic victory in South Carolina, setting the stage for a potential showdown with President Biden and causing a stir in campaign dynamics. We'll also delve into the serious repercussions of a Georgia homicide for immigration policy, spotlight the urgent discussion around military mental health precipitated by a serviceman's protest, unravel the complexity introduced by Alabama's new embryo law to fertility treatments, and discuss the ramifications of Ronna McDaniel's departure from the RNC Chairmanship. Are you ready for a deep dive into the AI factor? Following Donald Trump's victory in the South Carolina Republican primary, his campaign has made a strategic decision to focus on a rematch with Democratic President Joe Biden, effectively sidelining Nikki Haley. Despite Haley's efforts and her significant political presence, Trump's campaign advisors suggest that she will be treated as irrelevant in the broader strategy moving forward. This approach indicates a shift in attention towards the general election, signaling confidence within the Trump camp about securing the Republican nomination. This strategic move is emblematic of the Trump campaign's broader tactics, emphasizing a direct confrontation with perceived primary rivals and positioning Trump as the definitive Republican contender against Biden. By bypassing attacks on Haley and instead concentrating on Biden, the campaign aims to solidify Trump's standing as the leading figure within the Republican Party, rallying the base and focusing resources on the general election battle ahead. This development is a pivotal moment in the lead-up to the 2024 presidential election, reflecting the dynamics within the Republican Party and the strategic decisions that will shape the campaign's approach in the coming months. It underscores the importance of South Carolina as a key battleground and its role in shaping the narrative and strategy of presidential campaigns. Adding to Nikki Haley's campaign struggles, the Koch network, a significant conservative donor group, has recently suspended its support for her campaign. This decision is a notable shift, as the network had previously backed Haley. The suspension of support from such a prominent group further complicates Haley's financial landscape and campaign viability, highlighting the challenges she faces in garnering the necessary backing to continue her presidential bid effectively. In a shocking revelation, Immigration and Customs Enforcement has confirmed that the suspect in the murder of a Georgia student, identified as Jose Antonio Ibarra, entered the United States illegally and was previously arrested in New York City. The tragic incident has sent shockwaves through the community and raised questions about border security and the handling of illegal immigrants with criminal records. The suspect, Jose Antonio Ibarra, is a citizen of a foreign country and entered the United States illegally. ICE officials have also revealed that Ibarra had previously been arrested in New York City for an undisclosed crime, but was released without being reported to ICE for deportation proceedings. The revelation has sparked a heated debate about immigration policies and the need for better communication between local law enforcement agencies and federal immigration authorities. Critics argue that the incident highlights the dangers of sanctuary city policies, which limit cooperation between local law enforcement and federal immigration authorities. In response to the incident, the family of the victim has called for a thorough review of immigration policies and a renewed focus on ensuring the safety of American citizens. Meanwhile, the University of Georgia and Augusta University communities are mourning the loss of the student and offering support to those affected by the tragedy. As the investigation continues, the focus remains on finding answers and bringing closure to the case. The incident serves as a grim reminder of the need for stronger border security and more effective communication between law enforcement agencies to prevent similar tragedies in the future. In a shocking incident, a serving U.S. Air Force member set himself on fire outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C., in what he claimed was a protest against genocide in the Middle East. The man, who has not been identified, suffered severe burns and was rushed to a nearby hospital for treatment. The incident took place on a busy street near the Israeli embassy, where the man, dressed in his Air Force uniform, doused himself with a flammable liquid and set himself alight. Witnesses reported that the man was shouting about the genocide in the Middle East and the need for the United States to take action to stop the violence. Emergency services were quickly on the scene, and the man was transported to a local hospital with severe burns. His current condition is unknown, but he is expected to survive. The incident has sparked a debate about the mental health of military personnel and the need for better support for those struggling with the stresses of their service. The Israeli embassy has issued a statement expressing their condolences for the man's injuries and calling for a full investigation into the incident. The U.S. Air Force has also launched an investigation into the matter, and officials have stated that they are providing support to the man's family and colleagues. The incident has raised questions about the mental health of military personnel and the need for better support systems to help those struggling with the stresses of their service. It also highlights the ongoing tensions in the Middle East and the need for a peaceful resolution to the conflicts in the region. In light of the recent law passed in Alabama that defines embryos as children, Representative Susan DuBose, a Republican from Alabama, has called for fertility clinics in the state to reopen, citing the importance of providing essential reproductive services to couples who are trying to conceive. However, officials at the University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB, have cautioned that the issue is not so simple, given the new legal definition of embryos and the potential implications for the provision of fertility treatments. Representative DuBose has argued that fertility clinics provide a vital service to couples who are trying to start a family, and that the closure of these clinics has caused unnecessary pain and suffering for many. She has called on state officials to take action to reopen the clinics and provide the necessary support to ensure that they can operate safely, while also taking into account the new legal definition of embryos as children. In response, officials at UAB have stated that the situation is not so simple. They have pointed out that the new law has implications for the way that fertility treatments are provided, and that there are significant legal and ethical questions that need to be addressed. For example, the law could potentially make it illegal to dispose of unused embryos, which is a common practice in fertility treatments. UAB officials have also stated that they are working to develop a plan to safely reopen their fertility clinic, while also taking into account the new legal definition of embryos as children. This will require careful planning and consultation with legal and ethical experts to ensure that the clinic is operating within the bounds of the law. The debate over the reopening of fertility clinics in Alabama highlights the complex challenges that healthcare providers are facing in the wake of the new law. While the need for reproductive services is clear, the need to ensure that these services are provided in a legal and ethical manner is equally important. As the situation continues to evolve, it is likely that more discussions and debates will take place as officials work to find the best way forward. In a surprising turn of events, Republican National Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel has announced her resignation from the position, citing personal reasons for her decision. McDaniel, who has been the RNC chair since 2017, has been a prominent figure in the Republican Party and has played a key role in shaping the party's strategies and policies. In her resignation announcement, McDaniel thanked her colleagues and supporters for their trust and support during her tenure as RNC chair. She also expressed her confidence in the future of the Republican Party and its ability to continue to represent the interests of its members and the American people. McDaniel's resignation has sparked speculation about who will succeed her as RNC chair and what direction the party will take under new leadership. Several prominent Republicans have been mentioned as potential candidates for the position, including former Trump campaign manager Brad Parscale and former White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus. The Republican National Committee is expected to hold a special election to select a new chair in the coming weeks. In the meantime, the party's leadership will be tasked with ensuring a smooth transition and maintaining the party's focus on its goals and objectives. McDaniel's resignation marks the end of an era for the Republican National Committee and the beginning of a new chapter for the party. As the search for a new chair begins, the future of the Republican Party and its role in American politics is the subject of much speculation and debate. As we wrap up this episode of The AI Factor, we invite you to join us again for another captivating journey of the news. If you enjoyed today's exploration, don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast platform and subscribe to stay updated on future episodes. If you have thoughts, questions, or intriguing stories you'd like us to explore, feel free to reach out to us at podcast@aifactor.news. Remember, we're committed to providing unbiased perspectives. We will never pull you left or right. Our mission is to take you straight to the facts. Stay curious, stay informed, and always keep an eye on the ever-changing landscape of the news. Until next time, this is Noah Wave, signing off.